What the fuck is up, people? So here's an update on what I started last week. But before we get into that, first I wanted to say whenever I come in, I always look at my meters to see where they're at. And before I start messing around with stuff in here, I did notice that my humidity was at, I think, like 24, which is very low. But I mean, it is winter, and I am in a basement, and my furnace is in the room, next room over. So I know it's going to be pretty dry in here. I do have a humidifier I can plug in here and put it with the rest of that stuff. But yeah, I'm kind of lazy for that right now, and I don't really feel like having to change a reservoir every 24 hours. Instead, I would rather just take this bottle and squirt some water, real basic, on the side. And when I come to check up on these, that's a little easier for me. So since I had these sprouts, I did start opening up the gas exchange valve, or whatever you want to call it, so they didn't like rot, because I've had that happen before in the past. Like, my humidity would be too high, and then the tips of my sprouts would end up rotting, and then yeah, it's just no bueno. So on to the cucumbers. Basically nothing popped up besides one, and the shit looked like it crawled out of like a worm or something, wiggled out of a hole, and then like dried up on the sidewalk type sprout. Yeah, it does. In some of them it does look like some sprouted, but I guess they're stuck down there. I mean, I did kind of push them in there. But anyways, yeah, so that was a no-go. I'm pretty sure if I started it in soil like I usually do, or excuse me, ProMix, then yeah, I probably would have got some sprouts. So these are the Giant Martian determinate variety tomatoes. I did have one that got stuck down there. When I looked down in there, I can see that it did sprout, but just the way the seed was angled in the hole or whatever, it just didn't work out. But I do got 5 of them. So I did have a 100% germination rate from the seeds that I purchased, which was a year ago. It's not bad. And I did not store them all that great either. They were up in my attic in the heat during the summer. So, but I did get quite of a stretch. But these also sprouted first before I turned the light on. These actually came right after. So yeah, those are a little bit bigger, but we'll see how it goes. Now, these are the blondie. I call them blondies, but it's like some German name or something. Blonikoff something. But yeah, I got 3 of those. Some of those do look like they were had the same thing happen to them, like the Giant Martian. They got stuck down in there. But the other 2, yeah. So I would have gotten 4 out of that. Now here's the Berries Crazy Cherry Tomato. I got 5 of them. The one down in there, I think I might have hit it with the water and maybe knocked the seed out of it, but I did not see any sprouts or anything laying around, so I have no idea what happened to that seed. But anyways, yeah, so germination rate isn't too bad. I do wish that I had some cucumbers start at the same time as these. But I will start some anyways in ProMix, which I'll make a video on that. But basically, they're under the Optic One XL. It does have the dimmer, and I do have it all the way up to full power. I have a little fan blowing on it just to keep the heat off. It doesn't really make much heat, but yeah, I'd rather, be safe and use that to keep the air moving. I have the light about 30 inches, which isn't too bad. These do look like they're kind of at an angle on the blondies to the right. So I'm going to start rotating them. And yeah, and if they have more of a stretch, then I'll pull the light closer. And so yeah, I think with this light and seedlings, they recommended, don't quote me on this, but like 30 to 36 inches. So yeah, it's about that, roughly. But that's basically it on the update, and I'll have some more for you guys next week. All right, thank you.